and you saw there were about 246 functions. You really don't need all 246 in bytecode. So one of the things that you can do is you can reduce the SOAP API to 2 functions. And when you access it without a user type parameter, whatever you're logged in as, it'll automatically detect that you're an admin or you're a regular user, and you can simply apply that action to whatever you want. So you see here, I was talking about the module and the function. This is the module, and this is the to-do, which is the function. So you can simply pass this into one function that handles everything. And you can use this on your mobile platforms or any other kind of embedded platform where you really want to keep your code base very small. And we've created a very useful mobile application. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential here. I mean, you can make more mobile applications. Pick your favorite platform. I mean, we're looking at iPhone, but if someone wants to do Palm or Windows Mobile or, I don't know, Limo if you feel like it, you can actually do that very easily. And you can do, I mean, you pick your, there's a call record. We showed you a call record, so I could have added click to call on there and actually originated a call from the mobile itself, just like I did with Sugar CRM using that function call. And then I can even integrate deeper into the mobile platform. I might have a media player that I want. So if I develop a voicemail application, I can simply use the media player API to play those voicemail files like we do on the BlackBerry. Or if I have, say, a PDF reader, if I have faxes in my unified mailbox, I can simply read that with a PDF reader. And there are other applications too. I mean, we talked about Zimbra yesterday, integrating with Zimbra. There are other platforms that allow you to do a lot of integration, Novell, MindTouch. You're basically creating your own custom telephony application. And I mean, another real key to this API, and one of the main reasons we were developing this, is for verticals. A lot of people have vertical situations, a hotel. And so if you're an integrator, one of the things that you can do is simply make your business entirely around hotel deployments, so phone systems. And you can develop your own applications that integrate the check-in and check-out process with the administration of the phone system. We have a client in, I think it's Turkey, right, Ming? That actually integrates his phone system with his hotel check-in. He actually, when the guy checks in, he attaches the phone, just like you can do from the web interface. It's just a SOAP call. And then he detaches the phone when the guy checks out. Then he uses the SOAP API to pull his call records out to actually bill him for the calls that he's made, on his hotel bill. So there's all kinds of other things, call center verticals, you have customized ticketing systems, trading platforms potentially, just, very basic stuff. And you could do, you can even start integrating with the Web 2.0 basically. What if I want to make an application that integrates with Facebook? Facebook has a great SOAP API. I can just leverage both the Facebook SOAP API and the Druid SOAP API to create a nice desktop application for my phone system. Maybe I'm using my phone system at home. And what if I want to integrate in Twitter? I just use, there's several different things that you have. So, any questions?
Actually, one of the things you could actually do this for, there is a demand for is campaign dialing.
Mm-hmm.
You could actually write a small little app that resides on another server or somewhere where all it does is just call the web application. It just does campaign dialing.
And it can be hooked to a database of numbers.
So it's very easy to do. So the nice thing about the SOAP API is also when we go from one version of Druid, like say from version 5 to 5.1, or say 5 to 6, what happens is that even though our backend changes significantly, it doesn't affect your application that you developed on the SOAP API.
In fact, if you look at all these applications I've showed you have been developed with our open source edition. I could have easily developed these with our commercial edition. They're totally different backends, and the open source edition is all config files, very, very little database work. It doesn't matter. The API is the same. It's a black box to anyone who's just developing against it. Four, there's a 4 has a significant difference, and the main reason that it has a significant difference is that it was a poorly written API to begin with. It was so poorly written that we basically threw it out, and we replaced it with this one, actually. And going ahead, this is the API of choice, basically. What you can do is that the for SOAP API actually, let me just get back. It's this base SOAP API. The only difference is that to update your applications for for basically the current products, you simply have to update the to-do fields. And you can use the documentation that's given to you in the WSDL to figure out, okay, what to-do fields I need to update. But the for SOAP API was basically this, but the to-do field was a little bit different.
What's the difference between the UCS5 API and what's available to OSE?
The main difference between UCS5 and OSE is that UCS5 might have some additional functions that deal with enterprise integrations. So configuration of, say, an Active Directory or an Exchange type situation where there's an extra configuration. And so that's the main difference. Right now, there's a difference in terms of logging in. You log in with the extension and PIN in OSE right now, but
if I was to write an app, let's say for UCS5, and I was to share with the community, well, they can still use it. It's just that they have to remember that we're using a Unity extension.
if that is the case at this point, we probably will look into changing it for OSE to make it unified. But it wouldn't. The API itself is the same.
So I have a question for the group. Based on what you're seeing, how can we, any feedback on how we can make it more valuable for you? Whether it's creating more campaign dollar or is it creating vertical applications for your own areas? What can we do to help?
Another thing is forget that it's SOAP. What if you want some totally different API that is more suitable to your development environment? Any feedback? Yeah, I mean,
So what languages?
what languages? .NET.
Yeah, I think really easy. You just go to web reference, you type in the URL, it creates a sweet API for you right there.
So also,
Now in .NET,
so also,
create new web reference, put in our URL, and you just get the whole thing. And you can just do Druid dot whatever, and so I thought auto completing for you and everything.
so another thing is this. What about maybe what about maybe with .NET? There's a sort of a process. Does anyone want to see more video tutorials on sort of how to use .NET with this specifically?
I think maybe even some simple applications like you have a Google Android app, then you can just show the source right on the website. So you can
we actually have that. Much better reading it with still limited and stuff like that instead of watching a video. It's just harder for me to try and do something online.
Okay.
I'd rather just personally lay out
We put out
to grab the code.
examples. We have Java. We have
So Naveen, why don't you just say say what are the sample code languages we already have today?
So right now we have J2, the Java for the Google Android, and Vikram has worked on some .NET stuff that he's going to post soon, and also we have the PHP example with Sugar CRM, and we have a Ruby example that we just basically give. That's our basic example that just calls a bunch of SOAP, makes a bunch of SOAP calls. So those are the basic examples we have now. Any others, then either feel free to, if you use any other platforms, help us by contributing back, or basically if you need any from us, just ping us about it on the forums. And there's a forum already posted for SOAP API discussion. So if you go to forums.voiceroute.org, you'll see that on the front page, and that's the best place to sort of discuss all of the SOAP API sort of discussion that continue the SOAP API discussion we're having here, and also feedback to the community on different things.